Sonic Forces Speed Battle, or Sonic Forces Mobile, or just the other one. I have a rather love and hate relationship with this game, as I'm sure many of you guys who have played it also have. It's dead fun and kind of exhilarating at best, when you win, and also one of the Sonic franchise's most humbling and frustrating endeavours at its worst, when you lose. I've played it on and off, mostly in its early years, and I've dabbled in and out since then. I've watched the game grow and the meta change, as new characters cause players to spiral into all sorts of increasingly infuriating gameplay. Myself included, don't get me wrong. You gotta do what you gotta do. After what can only be described as a severe case of skill issue, I took a bit of a break from the game for a few years, and as such, when I came back sometime last year, having missed all the Sonic Movie 1 and 2 events and countless others, I was astounded at all the new characters that I had subsequently missed. Like, there is a ton. However, across its 114 characters as of now, it has a gargantuan amount of various different costumes or looks of each character from throughout the franchise, from classic, Prime, the movies, but what we're going to be looking at today are Hardlight's exclusive renders. These are certainly the fun ones, the ones that make our guys here look utterly ridiculous in the best way, specifically the ones that just go hard for absolutely no reason. I won't be talking about regular classic, modern movie or Prime designs, only the special ones that Hardlight themselves have cooked up. So I've chosen my top 15 of those exclusive designs, all of course in my opinion, and in no particular order, and I'm going to be talking strictly about the designs, not the gameplay. I haven't unlocked any of these characters, so I can't speak from experience, though I can speak from getting my ass kicked by some of them, but less said about that, the better. Anyway, let's begin. Drummer Cream and Cheese. I don't know what Brainbox decided that Cream should be the drummer of this hypothetical band, but you know what? That's hilarious, but also kinda rocks. I never thought I'd see Cream and Cheese in punk band-esque clothing. We've got the chains, the studs, the necklaces all over, and the heavy makeup. It's one of those things where you're like, I see what they're doing. The sweet innocent one probably listens to Slipknot on the daily, and we've been none the wiser. It's like Maggie Simpson. But with a mother like Vanilla, can we really be surprised? The design is pretty adorable, and Cheese especially looks so uncharacteristic, you can't help but smile. Dragon Claw Tails. I do like what they were going for here. This was done for Lunar New Year for the Year of the Dragon event, and as such, Tails is going to see it all in by clawing your face off. It's just a race, Tails, for God's sake, man. But no. I love the use of colour on this. The red and gold along with Tails' orange fur really complements it all, and the actual robe and the designs are very nifty. A wonderful oriental inspired look for Tails. Also, I gotta say, I just adore the ears and hair poking out of his hood. Such a nice little charm. The design really feels like it came from a lost storybook game idea, and much like everything that you can apply a shred of imagination to in the Sonic universe, there is a ton of potential. Of course, we'll probably never see another storybook game in our lifetime, so I don't quite know why I'm entertaining this idea. Oh well. Happy Year of the Snake, by the way. It's really come around quite quickly. Mummy Knuckles. I never had Knuckles penned as an Egyptian pharaoh. I wonder if he has any interest in a children's card game. But you see, I'm open to all sorts of things in today's society, and I think this design rocks. The Cobra jewellery, the bandages, the way even his gloves have been reworked. This is a very fun one, isn't it? Look at the pyramids on his gloves and tell me this isn't a cool design change. And then there's even what looks like a Chaos Emerald, but probably isn't, in his gear. It's a very fun reference. I mean, the whole thing is an entirely out-of-pocket choice, but this man has been through Sandopolis and clearly got some Halloween ideas. Dragonfire Sonic. Much like Dragon Claw Tails, this was another Year of the Dragon event release, and again, it's another solid design. Sonic indeed looks like he's going to kick my ass from sunrise to sunset. It's like he tapped into the same energy from when the Power Rangers that one time got ninja powers. Like, I know he's obviously not a ninja, but the end result is going to be the same. You're done. Dead. Over. It's just a race, Sonic, for Christ's sake! I love the gold piping on the wrist and gloves of the outfit as well as the boots. It gives a sense of regalness to it. And in terms of which one I prefer over the other, I must say I do prefer the black gloves to the claws. It just feels more confident in a way. So yeah, good stuff here. Karate Knuckles. Knuckles as a martial artist is something that just works perfectly. He is made for combat. He thrives in combat. so you'd naturally expect him to be presumably self-trained in multiple forms of visceral combat to protect the Master Emerald. He is the Guardian after all. This does not look like a man who watched Cobra Kai one day and decided, yeah, I can do that too. This man has clearly earned his black belt. The gloves on this are awesome. They look like such fun. They're proper boxing gloves now, with soft spikes and studs. Ooh. I must say, I do love the added little detail of the plaster as well. Who should we blame for that, I wonder? Who could possibly have landed a strike on vigilant old Nux? Rouge, specifically Valentine Rouge, and good lord, this is a hell of a look. Calm down, channel pup. But yeah, this look is astonishingly glam. The black and purple colour scheme is just the best, and once again it evokes strong storybook vibes. I love that the heart motif remains and is now in fact multiplied, along with a little sash, because, you know, Valentine's. Love and hearts everywhere, but with an outfit like this, it feels more like she wants to take our hearts. Paladin Amy. We return to the Lost Storybook era with Paladin Amy, and I absolutely really rate the colour scheme in this particular version of her. Amy looks sublime in the red and gold armour, and the cape too. Very flowy, no doubt. Plus that hammer design, yeah. This is Amy if for some reason she ended up in Dragon Age. Now that would be a crossover. Also, the points on the boots really put it all together. Imagine being kicked with those. Ooh. The geometric designs on her headgear are awesome too. They've really gone all out. And I love the little attention to detail with the armour on her ears as well. It's a very solid design for the lethal rose here. Idle Shadow. Here we go, Idle Shadow. This is amazing. It's like Shadow if he were leading a symphonic black metal band. Okay, when's Shadow gonna lead Nightwish? I could see it. In fact, I want it to happen. Anyway, yeah, the outfit. Yeah, it's epic. It is pretty amazing. The coat is awesome. The detail of the waistcoat having these absurdly large lapels that can only poke over the coat, the way the air shoes have been recolored into these punky boots, and the bloody shades, man. Just look at that smile too. This man is loving life. He wants to go on stage. He wants to perform to 100,000 people. He wants those tickets. He wants that revenue. First you get the outfit, then you do the music, then you get the coffee beans. Perfectly logical, surely. And the ear piercings as well. They've gone all out on making him into a bit of a little punk rock star. It's genuinely so funny because Shadow would never ever wear anything like this in canon. I mean, I say that like I'm vaguely implying he'd even come close to leading a band, but even so. Maybe Twitter takeover Shadow would. I can just imagine a scenario where he walks up to pick up Amy before a gig like, I have designed the ultimate outfit for the ultimate concert. Much to her amusement and Sonic's bemusement when he inevitably goes viral on Instagram. Reaper Metal Sonic. Look, I think it's well established that I do have a bit of an appreciation for Metal Sonic. I think he's amazing. And as a massive fan of Metal Sonic, this goes hard. I mean, all they've done is slapped a bloody cloak on him and some bone-shaped paint, and now he's the Grim Reaper. But think about it, Metal Sonic as the Grim Reaper. Yeah, you don't want him chasing you in the middle of the night. Oh, I could take him, I hear you say. No, you couldn't. You're dead meat, son. Now for real though, this is really cool. It's a great little Halloween outfit that actually looks kind of intimidating. I feel it would have been that much cooler, or more intimidating at least, if they could make the paint red, but strangely enough, I don't think they could get away with that if they tried. So this is good enough to me. I would love to see more alternate Metal Sonic costumes too down the line. There really aren't many of them. Warrior Shadow. Yeah. This is just cool. The armor he is wearing is awesome, the way his helmet has his own logo is so rad, the inhibitor rings turn from gold to red, and his air shoes from red to gold. I dare anyone to look at this and tell me that this isn't cool. He looks powerful. Again, it's very much another Lost Storybook aesthetic. They did such a superb job with the detail on this one, and how it really does match Shadow's personality and capabilities. No notes, just sheer, please don't hurt me. Warlock Infinite. Infinite is naturally a bit of a controversial character. His one appearance in Sonic Forces definitely left a lot to be desired, so hopefully his appearance here in Sonic Forces can make up for it. Ergo, Warlock Infinite. Now that his powers have been given a fantasy edge, there is a much more intimidating style about him. The colour coordinated robes give him that edge that both makes him look fantastic and also camp as all hell. My guy has done his nails with the best radioactive varnish money can buy. The lighting within his ears are awesome, as is the piping on his outfit and boots. I think it's a genuinely brilliant alternative costume, dare I say, perhaps more eye-catching than his default look. It's 1 AM. It's been a hard shift. Kojak and Columbo have flunked on the case. But one man has arrived to take it on when all seems lost. Enter Detective Vector. Here we have Vector dressed up as a noir detective, right down to the black and white filter. This just is so cool, and is such a lovely homage to those 50s, 60s, and further back detective media. It's like Vector had turned up for work one day and randomly decided to lock in. The coat, the hat, the glasses, this man is solving the mystery of Gregory Airdrove's murder in a single day. Forged evidence, Mr. Wright? Not a problem, you'll be back in court by 3. It just writes itself, really. Dragon Hunter Lancelot. Now, I know I've spoken about lost storybooks and all that, but this is storybook based, so that makes it even better. It's Sir Lancelot from Sonic and the Black Knight, who is a spiritual stand-in for Shadow, and well, there is not a single bit of this costume that does not just look ridiculously and completely intense. The sword looks like it has been stained by the blood of his enemies. I know it's just a patterning, but even so, the inhibitor rings have been given the texture of molten rock. His armor is incredibly intimidating. I mean, just look at that helmet. It has been clawed. My man has devil horns. All of this makes for an incredibly brutal looking creature. You wouldn't think that the original Warrior Shadow would be able to be topped, but by God, they found a way. Sheesh. Shout out to that glow bit on the hilt of the sword. It's so eye-catching, and for what? I like. Chrono Silver! Are you a fan of Tron? Are you a fan of the genre of cyberpunk? Maybe the game Cyberpunk 2077, maybe the anime Cyberpunk Edgerunners, maybe everything cyberpunk related before cyberpunk became a multimedia franchise. If so, if this is you, our boy Silver has you covered. I love how they've done this. The distinctive light blues are all over the place, but they are shiny, and the plating gives off a kind of digital effect along with his frankly massive sword. The visor is especially cool. I mean, I know it's a very cyberpunky thing, but it just kind of reminds me of Godo from the Ace Attorney series. If I look him in the eye, I'm only going to think of coffee. And I'm trying to stay off caffeine this year, fun fact. But anyway, that's a me problem. I think the design is extraordinarily solid and quite clever, such as having the white chest plate simulate his fur. I mean, just the concept alone of a future Night Silver is so obvious, yet so brilliant. I have nothing but respect for the Hardlight art teams and their artistic creative brains. Give me some of that, please. Quick honourable mention to Santa Big, who I just wanted to put into this video because why not? Nothing will ever make me hate you, Santa Big. Look at him. His design doesn't go hard, he goes soft. But that's okay. He's big. Oni Mephiles. Okay, I'll be honest, this guy is an absolute bitch to play against. Whenever I see him in my list of opponents, I immediately feel dread, and I expect to be shocked within an inch of my life every 5 seconds. But as for his design, yeah, I have to admit, it's legitimately incredible. He is by far the most terrifying and downright powerful looking character in the game. Mephiles has always had an incredible character design because he's based off Shadow, one of the best character designs in all of fiction. And when you take that and infuse it with an even darker atmosphere and style, yeah, it fits. I mean, it's a demon. He's got horns, claws. He is here to mess us up, as he does with thousands of players on a daily basis. He's easily one of the best characters in all of Speed Battle, and as such, no wonder he looks exactly as he does. He has to justify that bloody incredible design. Well, that's my favourite designs from Sonic Forces Speed Battle, stroke Mobile, stroke the other one. Tell me about some of your favourites. Who do you usually play as? I know there's a wide variety of players you can choose. I mean, the meta nowadays is currently revolving around Super Movie Shadow, after going through a period where the meta revolved around Movie Shadow. So, I feel like we're in Shadow Fever at the moment. Either way, let me know in the comments below. As always, as you know, please do, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like and subscribe. It's extremely appreciated, and honestly, thank you so much for the support that there has been on this channel so far. I never expected it to grow so much, only having started it about a month ago, so I'm really happy, and it's honestly great. You've been such a great audience, so thank you for tuning into my stuff, and hopefully I can keep on entertaining you. So as always, once again, until next time, See ya!